Hello, gorgeous people. So it's Suze from Sue's Crystal Wolf. So I just wanted to come on today. I feel a real urge to talk about sort of spiritual snobbery and how it shows up a lot, and how it can be quite damaging to people because it's so judgmental, and your path is your path. And it doesn't mean that you aren't as spiritual as the next person because you watch TV and stuff. There's so much said out there in the spiritual world, in the spiritual field of, like, you know, there's a criteria, right? If you do this, then obviously you're not on your spiritual path. If you do that, or not on your spiritual path. If you do this, if you do that, if you do this, then obviously you are. And we did have a laugh in Mastery the other day, because it was on Monday and it was before the full moon lunar eclipse. And I said that a lot of astrologers and people have said, you know, such a powerful time, which it certainly was. And the moon has kicked my arse quite a lot, always happens for me. Because the energies are really powerful. But there was a lot said, like, oh, well, this is the time when truly spiritual people will ascend to 5D and the rest of us will be left 3D. Well, I've obviously been left 3D. I'm quite happy. That's fine. I'm not bothered. I carry on doing my thing. I don't need anyone's approval. I don't need someone to validate me and my path and what I do. But when you're starting out, you do need a little bit of validation, and you do need a little bit of support and stuff. And so to say to someone, oh, well, you need to give up, watching TV, you need to get rid of a TV, you shouldn't have a TV, and you shouldn't be doing this, and you shouldn't be eating that, and you shouldn't be this, and oh, well, once you working spiritually, you never drink alcohol again. um you know it it's so interesting when you look at a lot of pantheons. When you take the northern tradition, we have gods in the northern tradition. Odin himself, who is fallible, who gets things wrong, who's wounded, who has sacrificed his eye, he sacrificed himself on the tree. But he's done things wrong, and he gets things wrong, and he's not apologetic in the sense of, well, I'm a god, so everything I do is correct. He sort of knows, no, it isn't. And he's still searching for knowledge. He's still searching for more wisdom. He hasn't said, well, I'm a god, so I've ascended and I am so perfect. That is that. He's still going, no, I want to be out there. I'm still the wanderer. I'm still looking. I'm still searching for more. I still need to grow and change. And I love the Northern Pantheon for that, because they're not these gods that are put on these pedestals and just worship, and they don't want to be. Respect is one thing, but Odin doesn't want you on the floor groveling in front of him. He just would not like that. We're doing Odin in the half space at the moment, because we're doing the wounded god throughout the year this year. And it's amazing. A half space is a community I belong to through Maggie Rose Cunningham, the Maggin Rose website. It's fabulous. It's free to join the Facebook group, and then we have an inner circle which you pay a really reasonable fee to join and be there through the year. And she does workshops and stuff through the year. It's really good. So this year we've focused on the wounded gods, and this month is Odin. Obviously today is an Odin day. It's a Wednesday, Mercury day, which Odin and other gods, Thoth and stuff are connected with. And it just felt like a day for me to come on and say, look, if you are consciously looking at doing better for yourself, working on yourself, whatever path you're on spiritually, you know, there's no true one path. There's no higher and this is better, you know. Some people, you know, I've heard it in the healing fields, and it's like, oh, you know, Reiki is the top healing, and then other people say, oh no, shamanic healing is the top healing. You just do what you're drawn to do. I mean, I've done both. um actually didn't finish my shamanic practitioners, but there was lots of different reasons for that. But I've done loads of that, and I've done shamanic work myself, and I've worked with spirit directly. I've done the Munich, and that was right for me. It might not be right for you. You just find what you need. I started off in spiritual healing, but that wasn't for me. And then I found Reiki, and that's what I did. I did Reiki. But, you know, Reiki's not higher than any other form of healing. It's just one form of healing, and you can do many different forms, you know. And then when you've done like a foundation in something like Reiki or shamanic practitioner, or, you know, whatever you've done your foundation in, then you build on that, and then it becomes your personal healing journey, and you'll do your own personal things. And, you know, you might use crystals, you might not, you might use plants, you might not. It's all there, it's all out there, and we connect in with what is part of our path, what the threads of our tapestry take us to. And, you know, we do stuff, and then we realize that that isn't for us. So that doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means that was part of our path, and now it's shifted and changed to something else. But the snobbery in the spiritual world is really quite funny. Oh, well, yes, well, obviously you're not 5D because you don't drink the purest water from a baboon's arse, excuse my language. But some of the stuff is so ridiculous. I mean, it's just, you know, just don't listen to what other people say. You know, if you want advice on something, yes, then that's great. And, you know, but if that doesn't resonate with your being, it doesn't connect in with your heart, it doesn't feel right for you, then that person's not necessarily wrong, but that what the you know, the advice they've given to you is just not for you. And then you might need to carry on looking, you might need to carry on searching. Said Odin is still searching, he's still looking, he's still out there wandering, and, you know, and he's the All Father, and yet he still knows. I remember a few times on my path where I thought, you know, I'd got somewhere. Never think you've got somewhere, because you really haven't. It's all just, I think one of the ladies, Erica on Mastery, and who was on the Rune course with me, she's written a lovely book, The Weirding Way, and she talks about everything as being the journey. It's the journey that's the thing. So, you know, don't worry about the destination. It's not important, and your destination can keep changing. Just keep walking forward, keep doing, but don't get disheartened by other people. I know I've been wounded when people have said, when I was, you know, just starting out, oh, well, obviously you're, you know, well, you're not getting there because you still watch telly, you still have a telly. I like telly, I'm sorry, I like Netflix, I like to chill out, I like to watch some mindless rubbish, or you know, and sometimes it is mindless rubbish I watch. I'm quite happy. Does that mean I'm not ascended 5D? Good, because you know, I'm quite happy to not be ascended 5D. And I mean, all this stuff, who made it all up? Who said 3D, 5D, 6D, 8D, 9D? I mean, who, you know, we're just in the dimension we're in. Don't worry about the dimension. Just do your stuff. Be you. Walk your path. You know, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that wouldn't agree with anything I'm saying, and that's absolutely fine. And I don't mind in any way, shape, or form. I'm just doing me. Right? I'm doing me. You do you. And if that means you're 5D ascended, bloody marvelous. I'm really happy that you're 5D ascended. It's fabulous. Although I suppose we wouldn't be on the same thing. But no, just I feel like I've got Odin sort of saying, for goodness sake, you know, we're all just doing what we're doing. We're all here doing what we're doing. And every single one of us has a value and a purpose. And even if we don't think we're living our purpose, or we don't know what our purpose is, every single step you take every day is your purpose, is what you're meant to be doing. When we mess up, that's absolutely fine. When we get things wrong, absolutely fine. It doesn't mean go out there and do things wrong, but when you do mess up, and we all do, and if Odin can mess up, then I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy to say I mess up. You know, who am I to say that I never mess up when you know, the All-Father Odin messes up, you know, that's it. And he drinks. So I'm quite happy to still have my gin. And I did enjoy a Guinness coffee the other day very much. I really, really enjoyed it. So I would like to stick a bit of Kahlua in, or Tia Maria. I think Kahlua, because I prefer Kahlua to Tia Maria. So no, I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy with my drinking horn. I'm quite happy having my mead. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem watching telly. I, you know, I, no, I, and if that means I'm not on my spiritual path and I'm a 3D'er and I'm getting it all wrong, well, do you know what? I'm enjoying myself. So I'm probably just going to stay doing what I'm doing. And, you know, maybe I've got to come back millions of other times. Maybe, you know, I'm not that advanced. I don't care. I really don't care. And you shouldn't care. Just do you, be you. The one really, really important thing is enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy, you know, if you're not enjoying, if you're feeling really like everything's a struggle, and let's face it, part of life is like that. But if you're really struggling with what you're doing, or the part of your path that you're on, then do look, do see, you know, is there stuff there that you need to release? You know, look to doing some releasing, cleansing work, which we should all be doing constantly. You know, but if you know, if Sunday you want to sit in front of Netflix and you want to eat some rubbish, and you know, you want to just chill out, then it doesn't mean you're not spiritual. It doesn't mean you're not on your path. It means you're having a chill out day doing something you like. Other people like photography, you know. Does that mean you're not, oh, they take photography, or they're not right? Or that, you know, someone paints. I mean, I'm an art witch, so I spend most of my time making art, you know, connecting with the moon. I'm going to do a moon page. I'm going to maybe draw the moon. I'm going to use my moon stamps and stamp images of the moon. I'm going to, you know, I did the Death Head Moth came through a few months ago. There's a video below with me showing it, with the moon, the nice big full moon with it. You know, that was in honour of the moth and honour of the moon. I mean, most of my artwork is to honour and to connect. Sometimes I just do stuff. I've no idea why I'm doing it. I do it in a very connected way. I don't do mindless art. Even if I was just doodling on a piece of paper, it's not mindless, it's connected in. I mean, that's, you know, you have that. I mean, in all walks of life, you know, where they're not a proper rugby player because they only play at a weekend, you know, they're not professional. They could be better than a lot of other rugby players, but they do another job that they like, or there was a reason that they didn't become professional in that context, you know. Oh, you know, they just do silly art. They're not in galleries. They're, you know, none of my work's in a gallery. Do I say I'm not an artist? No, I feel I'm an artist. You might not like my artwork. You might not feel that my art is worthy even to hang in a gallery. Do I care? No, I do not. I enjoy what I'm doing, so I carry on and do it. Do you know, 100 years ago when I was starting out, I had this burning question of, what if everything I'm doing is a load of rubbish? What if crystals don't have any energy? What if they don't do healing? What if they're just rocks? Like, you know, a lot of people, they're just rocks. You're just messing around with pretty rocks. You know, what if my cards, what if when I'm doing a reading, I'm just making it up in my head? What if it's all a load of rubbish? And I got quite upset and I meditated on it and stuff. And I thought, God, what if I spend the next so many years and it's all rubbish? And I said to my husband, and he said, well, so what? And I said, yeah, but I don't want, you know, I don't want to waste all my time on stuff that isn't real and whatever. Um, anyway, so I, I got quite distraught, quite strongly distraught, and I sort of pleaded with spirit for a sign, and sort of, you know, well, show me what I'm doing isn't rubbish. Show me, you know. And I had this dream, and it is probably the most intense dream I've ever had. And I can have really quite good dreams, you know, quite powerful and quite connected and stuff. But this dream was really quite, it was dark, and I was laying on my deathbed, and I was all wizened and really, I looked really ill and old, and, you know, wrinkles, and I was just laying there, and I had no energy or anything, just like, and I was about ready to go, and the door flew open, and this dark, demonic sort of energy flew in. And it was sort of growling and hissing and spitting at me that everything you're doing is a load of rubbish. Crystals are rubbish. It's all rubbish. You've wasted your whole of your life on all of this rubbish. It's rubbish. And I suddenly had energy that it was overpowering. It was very strong, and it was gold, and it was just quite bizarre. And I suddenly sat up on my deathbed, and I just shouted at this energy, well, I've enjoyed my life. And I swore. It's like, I've enjoyed my effing life. And then I laid down and died. And I woke up from the dream, and I was like, yes, it doesn't matter. What does it matter? Maybe I am getting it all wrong, but actually I'm enjoying it. I like, you know, I like buying crystals. I like working with crystals. I like connecting with crystals. Maybe I am just connecting with me. Maybe it is all in my head. I mean, I've had too many fabulous so-called coincidences that just prove to me that what I do is real, but that's, you know, other stories. But do you know, I'm not trying to be someone for someone else. I'm not trying um to fit in. I'm not trying to not fit in. I'm not trying. I'm just not trying. I'm just being me. You know, if I make a piece of artwork, sometimes I don't have a clue what I'm doing, and sometimes they are very simple. They are just, you know, I do collage, so it, you know, it's um I'm cutting out pictures and then I'm just gluing them together, and but they have a meaning, they have something behind them, and they come through me, you know, they're like, I know it's definitely that picture that I'm gonna glue onto that. I know that that goes with it. I know that this, that is just, that to me is a connection. I'm not making it up, because otherwise I'd just put anything on the piece of paper. It wouldn't matter. It does matter. Every single piece has to be exactly right and in the exact position that I put it in. You know, and that's for me my connection. And someone might look at it and go, oh my good god, what is that? And I don't care. You know, I look at other people's work like that, you know, and they explain why they're putting stuff there, and it makes sense to me. I know that it's coming through them, you know. Writing a book, it comes through you. Yes, you might have the idea you want to write a book on this, but then, you know, as you start any artistic and creative stuff, has always come from beyond somewhere, from the universal energies. Um, and that for me is what I go with. I'm quite happy with that. So um, do not get taken down by anyone. You know, do your thing. If your thing is baking cakes, if your thing is sewing, if your thing is skateboarding, I mean, you know, but we have the age thing, don't we, as well? Like, oh, you know, you can't do that because you've hit a certain age. You can't go clubbing because you've hit a certain age. And anyway, I mean, you wouldn't go clubbing if you were 5D, because, I mean, that can't be right. You know, seeing bands, you know, going to the pub, having a drink, meeting up with people, you know, so what? What does, how does that mean you're not spiritual? Because you're human as well. You know, we have the humanity of stuff, the things that our soul likes and wants to do, and you know, just be you. I don't even know if this video is any good, but I just felt like I needed to say something. And I don't really know what I've said, to be fair. I probably should watch the video before I post it, but I probably won't do that because then I may not post it. And for some reason, I just feel that Odin wanted this post. It's just like, we're all works in progress. We're all, just be you. That's all I'm getting really, is just be you. Just be you. Being you is absolutely correct, with your flaws, with your mistakes you make, with your, you know, just be you and keep going. And, you know, that's it. Um, you don't have to aspire to be 5D ascended. You don't have to, you know, you don't have to give up human things. You don't have to get tangled up in all that stuff, because if you look at it, you know, the reason religion didn't work for me, too many rules, can't be doing it. I'm free, and I'm not going to be tied down by rules. You know, spirituality gave me no rules, but there's so many rules now. There's like, well, no, they're not really, are they? They're not doing it because it's very 3D. Well, I don't care. Whatever D I am, I'm just gonna, I'm a diamond. That's what I am. D is for diamond. I'm just a diamond. Doesn't matter what. And I've got loads of facets, and some of them are a bit dubious. D again. And some are delightful. I'm just going to do the D's. And you know, I'm just doing me, and you do you, and don't worry. Just don't worry. If you like this video, that would be great if you could do a thumbs up. If you don't, and you think I'm talking a load of rubbish, feel free to comment. I don't mind. If you think what I've said is good, comment as well. Let's have a bit of both. But yeah, it just felt that I needed to say it. I just feel it's Odin, but I'm not 100% sure. So, you know, it could be Loki. Maybe it's a big trick to make me look stupid. I don't know. But I look stupid most of the time, so that's fine. In a good way stupid, you know, that I don't need to, I just don't need that validation. And I did need that validation when I was younger and stuff like that, definitely. And when I first was started out doing stuff, but nowadays I just don't need validation from other people. To know that someone likes your art is really nice, or someone likes what you're saying is nice, and that they get it is great. But also, if they don't get it and they have a completely different view, I think that's great. That can, there's a conversation then, isn't there, in the middle? There's, you know, I've never really wanted everyone to go, oh, Sue's so lovely and wonderful, and she's so fantastic and knows everything. And no, I'd find that quite uncomfortable, and I don't ever want to be put on a pedestal. Luckily, I never have been, but no, you can fall, can't you? I don't want to fall off a pedestal. It's like, ouch. I've got enough ouch with my fibromyalgia. I don't need any more ouch. And at the minute, I've got really bad because I've got like I don't know if it's a trapped nerve, but it's been going on for a couple of years. And it's really uncomfortable, and my arm is just hurting all the time. So yeah, so no, I don't want to fall off a pedestal. But yeah, so love and blessings to you all, and like I say, thumbs up if you like it, and I may have to listen to it at some point and see if I made any sense, because I don't know what I've said. So yeah, love to you all, and see you in the next one. Bye.